All right, so three strategies that work to lose belly fat when nothing else does. And I really want to teach you that counting calories is not the way to lose weight if you're a man over 40. There are a lot of other things that you have to think about and deal with, and counting calories and starving yourself is just not the right way to do it. So if you have comments while I'm doing the live presentation, please feel free to put the comments in the comment section. Sometimes Facebook can be a bit of a pain. Sometimes I will get the comments right away and sometimes I won't. But please put them there. I'll check periodically and I'll definitely go back at the end of the presentation and check any questions. And we'll also do a live Q&A at the end. If anyone has questions, just stick around, okay? So today I really want to do what I always do when I do a live training, and that is to transform the way that you look at losing weight and being healthy. And a lot of the stuff I'm going to say is going to go against the grain and the norm. It might go against the advice your doctor gave you or your trainer gave you. But really what I want to do is show you how to finally achieve sustainable weight loss for life. That's the goal I have with all of my clients. And I really want you to do that without counting calories, without having to go to the gym all the time, and without feeling deprived and hungry. Okay, so how many of you that are watching live or even in the replay feel like you're drowning in the information on the internet about dieting and weight loss? If you feel like you're drowning in information and you just really don't know where to start, put a 1 in the comments. I know that a lot of people, when I talk to them, they tell me they're just so overwhelmed. There's just so much information. You know, maybe they've done keto, maybe they've done carnivore diet, maybe they've done a combination of the two. You know, maybe they've tried to cut back their animal protein. They've done all these things. They fasted and nothing works. And they're just Googling things, and it just becomes like this black hole of information, and it becomes really overwhelming and people feel like they're drowning. So if you feel like you're drowning, you're definitely not alone. That's why I do these trainings. That's really what I want you to understand, is that you don't have to feel like that. Okay. Bring it back to the basics. So if you're a man in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, and you just cannot lose weight, no matter what you do, you know, maybe you did lose weight on a diet, but you're just gaining it back, you're yo-yoing back and forth. If you're sick of not being able to, you know, see your feet, if your belly is just sticking out and it's big and you just want to get rid of it, if you're exercising more, if you're eating less or eating healthy and you're still not getting results, if you've got chronic low energy, low sex drive, and inconsistency in the bedroom, if you're having cravings all the time, maybe your cholesterol's high, your blood pressure's high, or you're dealing with insulin resistance, prediabetes, or diabetes, you feel like you're just surviving and you want to thrive, not just survive, and your metabolism is slower than slow. And I can relate to that. I'm in my mid 40s, I'm 45 almost, and my metabolism has slowed down. Things change after you're 40, okay? They're not the same. So if you're doing all the things that you did to lose weight when you were 30, and it's not working, that's why. Things have changed, okay? So if you're tired of losing weight on the newest fad diet and then gaining it all back, and you're sick of yo-yo dieting, please keep watching. I'm going to lay out just some very basic strategies that you can get started with right away to start moving the needle in the right direction. Okay. And if you're willing to put in the work, but you need accountability and a proven system that can be personalized to work in your life, this is also definitely for you. Everything I do with my clients is personalized. Nobody is the same. It's not cookie cutter. There is no one approach that works for everybody. Everybody is different. Everyone has a different life. Everyone has different issues. Okay. And really, this is why you should listen to me, because I'm an expert in weight loss for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Primarily, my clients are usually in their 50s and 60s, to be honest with you, but I do work with still quite a few people in their 40s. And I think the reason for that is that, you know, when you guys hit 50 and 60, you really start worrying about your health. You really want to start taking control. Okay. I'm the founder of a company called Tier Nutrition, and I've created a 16-week online coaching program called the Belly Fat Fix for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s that just really works. It provides so much accountability and it provides so much support that it works. It's the best thing that I've ever done for my clients. It gives them the ability to succeed. Okay. And so I really just help men take control of their health, lose weight, and keep it off by using a very simple, holistic approach. Yes, it's a lot of work, but it is simple. All right. Anyone can do it. You don't have to eat like I eat. You don't have to eat like your brother eats. You can eat like you eat, but you just have to make some changes. So there's my contact information. I mean, I'm going to put that in a comment a little bit later too, in case you need it. So who am I? I'm Trina. I'm a holistic nutritionist. I have been for, well, I guess now it's been, yeah, about 11 years. And I like to travel. I have a family. I have three great kids. I have a daughter. I have two sons and a wonderful husband. I live in Canada. As you can see here, this picture was taken the other day. It's cold here and it's snowy, but I love it. So that's me. And this is the reason why I work with men over 40. A lot of people always ask me that. And this is the guy. He's my best friend. His name is David. And I helped him sort of get rid of his belly fat. Not sort of, I helped him get rid of his belly fat. And then he continuously drinks beer and tries to get it back. And he really inspired me to help you guys figure out what's going on with your health. Okay. So my goal is to teach you how to lose weight for the last time by teaching you a long-term eating approach that you enjoy and that you can maintain so you can be healthy for the rest of your life. If you are about to start a diet, you need to ask yourself if whatever it is you're doing can be maintained long term. Because if you can't maintain it long term, it's not going to work. If you go on keto for 3 months and you lose 40 pounds and you can't then keep doing keto or keep staying in a caloric deficit, you're going to put the weight back on. And so many of my clients, when they come to me, are in this position. They've lost tons of weight on diets, then they've gained it back, all of it more, some of it, but they've gained it back. Okay, you need a long-term eating approach. And you do not have to count calories or starve yourself to lose weight. My clients will tell you that. I'm going to tell you that, but you don't. Okay. First, we'll look at what my clients have to say. So Trina gave me easy strategies to use that work in my life. And I finally learned that I don't have to do extreme diets or tons of exercise to be healthy and get the weight off. The best part is there's no calorie counting. So we don't count calories. When I work with you, whether you work with me privately or in the program, we're not going to count calories. And these are all Google reviews. You guys can look them up yourself. I'm not making this stuff up. Here's another one. Trina's fantastic. Her program really works. It's easy. And I immediately began to see results in the first 2 weeks. The best part is there are no diets and limited restrictions. Okay. I'm not talking about giving you guys some crazy diet that you have to do. This is an eating approach. All right. It's another one. I've lost weight so far. I've changed a few habits, sleep better, and have way more energy, and I'm eating more. What you guys need to understand is that almost every single guy I talk to, whether they end up working with me or not, they are not eating enough. Most people are not eating enough. I have a client right now I've been working with for almost a year, and he had a lot of weight to lose, and he was not eating enough. He was only eating 2 meals a day and his weight was going nowhere. He did not start losing weight until we added in another meal, so 3 meals instead of two, and then his weight started moving down, and he's lost a lot of weight over the last year. He's lost, about, I think, about 80 pounds now. And that's no guarantee that if you're watching, you can also lose 80 pounds. I don't know you. I don't know what you're willing to do. I don't know what your level of commitment is to your health, but these things are possible if you put in the effort. Okay. And usually it's about eating more, not less, for most of my clients. Okay, here's another one. No crazy diets or limited eating regimes, no magic powders, pills, or supplements, and lastly, no strenuous, crazy exercise routines. So what I do has nothing to do with dieting. It has nothing to do with restricting your calories. It has nothing to do with being on a very restrictive diet where you're not allowed to eat carbs or you can't eat this or that. What I do is really just work with you specifically to figure out what your body needs. So these are some of the meals that my clients have eaten, in the past, recently. And as you can see, it's just real good, healthy, whole food. Okay. It's not diet food. It's not salads with no dressing. Sometimes, you don't have to be perfect to lose weight. Okay, sometimes good is enough. You can have liver and onions with potatoes if you like that and gravy and still lose weight. You can have rice. Sometimes you can still lose weight. You do not have to have some crazy restrictive diet. That's one thing I really want to hit home today is you don't you can eat healthy, yummy food. You can have pizza once in a while. You can still have an ice cream. You can still have cake once in a while. But as long as you're just sort of eating whole, healthy foods, 90% of the time, you can get results that you want. You just need to know how to do it. Okay. So ask yourself, could you eat food like this every day for the rest of your life? And you really need to ask yourself this every time you start a new diet. So if you're about to start a new diet, and a lot of you probably are because it's now January 21st, and I'm sure you have a resolution or you told yourself this was the year you're going to do it, and you're probably looking at all kinds of programs and you're looking at all kinds of different diets on the internet. Make sure that you ask yourself that question. Look at the meal plan that you've been given. Look at the food that you're allowed to eat on this diet, on that program, and ask yourself, can I eat food like this every day for the rest of my life? Because that is the key difference of what I do with people is that I teach them how to eat for the rest of their life. Okay, this is how I eat. This is how my clients eat. It's not torture. I mean, these are delicious meals you can see, right? So the cold hard truth is that if you're cutting calories and starving yourself, if you're not giving your body optimal nutrition or enough nutrition, you're damaging your metabolism, which means even if you lose weight, you will likely not be able to keep it off long term. Okay, I was talking to somebody just yesterday who was doing a ketovore diet, which is like keto with based mostly on animal products. They had lost a lot of weight and then they had gone off the diet for 5 weeks and they have gained it all back. Okay, so you have to be careful no matter what you do. But the most important thing that I could tell any of you and the best advice would be to make sure you know how much you need to eat, not how little, how much. Like I said before, most guys I talk to are not getting enough calories. Okay, you're starving yourself. You're men, you need to eat. You need to make sure you get enough food. Okay, you have to optimize your metabolism, and you can't do that if you're starving yourself. You just can't. Okay, and I know you guys hear the same advice over and over again, but the results are not changing. If they were, you would not be here. I'm sure most of you have tried diet after diet. You can put a one, put a one in the comment if you've tried more than 4 different diets over the past 3 or 4 years, and let's see what you guys say. But basically, the results aren't changing, so you're banging your head against the wall, and you don't know what to do at this point because everyone is telling you the same thing, right? And things that people are probably telling you, like your doctor or maybe your neighbor or your friend or your wife or whoever, could be these ones. Eat less and exercise more, count your calories, reduce your portion sizes. Calories in equals calories out. So all calories are created equal. You just need to stay in a caloric deficit. I mean, put a one in the comments if someone's told you that. The newest one, and the latest and the greatest, is just take Ozempic or weight loss drugs. You're going to lose tons of weight on that. That's going to be a fantastic way to lose weight. That's a huge topic for another training, and I do plan on doing a training about that in the next couple months. But Ozempic is not, it's a crash diet. It's basically like injecting yourself with a crash diet. Okay. Eat protein, but limit animal protein. Don't eat too much fat. Keep your calories under 1800. Some diets say keep your calories under 1200. Take fat burning supplements. Okay, so now I'm going to level the playing field for you so you have a fighting chance to finally take control of your health and lose your belly fat for good. Being told that you have to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight could be some of the worst weight loss advice that you will ever get. And I understand that. You've been told by your doctor, you've been told by other programs, maybe other nutritionists or dietitians that calories in equal calories out. And you've also been told that it's your fault that you're overweight because you eat too much, you don't exercise enough. Maybe people say, well, you're just lazy. You just can't, you don't have willpower. You just have a sweet tooth. You're stuck in an all or nothing mentality. And then the standard advice on the internet, the advice from weight loss clinics and the advice from weight loss programs is to cut calories. I've heard this from so many people. It's not just doctors saying that. It's weight loss clinics. It's, here, take this weight loss drug and keep your calories under X number per day, and eating the smallest amount possible is a badge of honor in our society. So if you're like, oh, wow, I fasted for 20 hours and I only had one meal today, people are like cheering you on, like, yeah, you did it. It's fantastic. And you're going to find out that actually that shouldn't be a badge of honor, that eating what your body needs is the most important thing you can do. And honestly, conflicting information is everywhere. It's hard to know what's true and what's not. It's probably also even going to be hard for you to believe what I have to say today. Okay. But let me ask you a question. Does every single person who eats less and exercises more lose weight, keep it off, and feel great long term? And we all know that the answer to that is no, because I'm guessing that most people watching this live or in the replay know it's not true, because you guys have eaten less and you've exercised more and you've lost weight, but you haven't been able to keep it off and feel great long term. Okay. So if eat less and exercise more and calories in equals calories out were true, that would mean that 100% of people who cut their calories, count their calories, and get their exercise would be thin and healthy. And that's just not reality. Okay. You can double down. You can count every single calorie that you put in your mouth. You can starve yourself. You can work out every single day, and you might still never reach your weight loss goals unless you optimize your nutrition. Okay. So, what does every man who loses weight and keeps it off have? It's not that they can count calories and starve themselves long term. It's not that they have rock solid willpower. Men who successfully lose weight and keep it off have a long term eating approach that they can use for life, even when they're at a restaurant or on vacation, no matter what life throws at them, because the reality is you're going to go out for dinner with your friends, or you're going to have to go over to someone's house for a birthday party, or you're going to go on vacation, and you need to understand how to maintain your weight and maybe even still lose weight in those situations. Okay. And, that is a long term eating approach. That's not a diet. Okay. And men who can lose weight and keep it off understand what nutrition their male body needs. They're not starving themselves, they're feeding themselves the nutrition that they need. Okay. And then they also have support, they have accountability, and they get help figuring out what works for them at the stage of their life they're at. So, like I said before, every single man is different. You guys are not the same. You're different heights, you have different activity levels, you have different stress, you have different sleeping habits. You're different. Okay. You're different ages. You cannot go on a diet that was created for a 30-year-old woman and expect that you are going to be able to have optimal nutrition and get the results that you want. If you are sitting next to a 30-year-old woman who's on a diet and you're on a diet and you're eating the exact same thing, something is wrong. Okay. So you have to ask yourself, what will happen if you keep following outdated advice to try and lose weight? Because I'm guessing that a lot of you have been losing weight, or, diet, lose a little bit of weight, gain it back, lose some weight, gain it back. And it's just this yo-yo, and it's been going on for, some people I talk to, it's been going on for years, for decades. So what will happen if you keep following outdated advice to try to lose weight? You might actually never lose it. All right. And I'm a holistic nutritionist, and I believe and I know because of science, and I am passionate about the fact that optimizing your nutrition is the key to healthy and sustainable weight loss if you're a man over 40. It really is the key. You need to figure out what your body needs. You need to optimize your nutrition, and then you will get healthy, sustainable weight loss that you can maintain long term. And these are 4 things that are keeping your weight stuck that I'm guessing all the diets you've been on have not addressed. Okay. Muscle mass, hormones, metabolism, and inflammation. So when you're starting a new diet, or if you're doing research right now about what diet you're going to go on, you need to sit down and look at it. Or if you're going to work with a nutritionist or a dietitian, and you need to ask them these things. Does this diet address my muscle mass? Will this diet make me lose muscle mass? Will it help me build muscle mass? Will it help me maintain muscle mass? You need to ask those questions. You need to ask a question, is this diet or this eating plan going to optimize my hormones? Am I going to be able to increase my testosterone? Am I going to be able to control my insulin? Am I going to be able to balance all the other hormones that have an effect on my metabolism? Okay, and then you have your metabolism. Is the diet that you're doing going to help fix your metabolism? Because if you have been yo-yo dieting for the last, year, for the last 5 years, for the last 10 years, if you've lost weight and you've gained it back, your metabolism is screwed up. You have a screwed up metabolism. So, whatever strategy that you're going to use to fix the problem, to actually lose weight and take control of your health for good, needs to be able to fix your metabolism. So, ask that question to whoever you're going to hand your money to. If you're looking at stuff on the internet, please ask yourself the question or do more research, dig around. Is it going to help fix your metabolism? Okay. And is it going to address inflammation? Because you can be doing everything right. You can be working out, you can be, everything, right according to the diet industry. You can be cutting your calories, working out, you can be doing all these things. But if you have rampant inflammation in your body, which if you're carrying belly fat, you do, okay, your belly fat produces inflammation. So if you've got a belly, that belly is producing inflammation. If you've got inflammation and you don't know how to tame it, or the diet that you are doing or the eating approach that you're doing does not address inflammation, then you're going to have problems. The weight is not going to come off. Okay. So those are the four pillars of the Belly Fat Fix weight loss program. Those are also the four pillars that I address when I work with people one-on-one outside of the program. We have to make sure that we maintain your muscle mass. And then if you've been yo-yo dieting for years, we have to actually remediate the ratio or the balance between your fat and your muscle mass. So if you've been yo-yo dieting a long time, your muscle mass is going to be low and your fat mass is going to be high. We need to fix it. Okay. And you fix that through the food choices that you make. This is where my program and the way I do things is completely different from most programs. We are going to make sure that you fix these things. You're going to come out of this stronger and healthier. You're going to have more muscle mass. Even if you're not working out, you're still going to get more muscle mass. Even if you only walk every day, your muscle mass will increase, okay? And your hormones will be balanced. You need to learn how to balance your hormones. You need to know the things that you can do to get your testosterone to a good level. And that's also done through food choices, okay? It's not just about what you eat, it's about how you eat it. Food choices also fix your metabolism. When you want to heal your metabolism, you need to make the right food choices. And any old diet is not going to do that. Okay. And then inflammation, well, that is sometimes individual to people. So, maybe you're drinking a ton of milk and that's causing you inflammation, or maybe there's a certain food that's causing you inflammation. But at the end of the day, the best way to get your inflammation down is to get your belly fat gone or smaller or less. So obviously that's what I specialize in doing. All right. So I address all of those things every time I work with anyone. So what doesn't work is pretty much 95% of what's being taught by the diet industry. Okay. It just does not work. That's the reason why you're in this group. That is the reason why you are searching for a different answer, because you've been doing all the things that are being taught by the dieting industry and you're not getting results. Okay. So let's get into the strategies that I use with my clients. The first strategy that I teach my clients is to stop. Okay. So if you guys are dieting, if you're about to start the same diet that you were on last year where you lost 20 pounds and gained it all back, I want you to really just stop. Stop doing it. Okay. Focus on the basics. Stop dieting. Stop doing the things that do not work and stop focusing on the scale. When you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to regain your health, it's not just about the number on the scale. You need to stop dieting. Okay. That's number one. Stop starving yourself. Stop doing the things that don't work, because there's literally no point in banging your head against the wall, which is basically what you're doing. You're like a hamster, like on one of those wheels. You're just spinning your wheels. Okay. You're putting in all this effort and you're not getting any results. Okay. So stop doing what doesn't work and stop focusing on the scale. I'm going to tell you a quick story. And sorry if I'm carrying on, but one of my clients who I started working with before Christmas has not been losing weight quickly. Okay. The scale has not moved. It's only started moving now after 4 weeks. And this is somebody who's in their 60s. This is somebody who has diabetes. This is somebody who, who needs to lose about 90 pounds. And it takes time to rebalance the body. It takes time to learn what your body needs and to give it good nutrition. And sometimes it takes time for the scale to start moving down. So you need to stop focusing on the scale. Okay. You need to start focusing on your health and you need to start focusing on the basics. So the basic thing that you can do starting today that will help you, that will help rev up your metabolism, that will help you start getting into a place where your body has balance and can let go of weight is to do this. Eat each of these at every single meal. So you want to eat protein at every meal, healthy carbs, fat, and fiber. Whole foods, okay? Protein digests slowly. It helps you build muscle. Healthy carbs digest quickly. Your body needs that. Fat digests slowly and fiber digests slowly. And when you combine all of those things together, your body is more balanced. You start fixing your metabolism, you start balancing your hormones, and you are able to start building and maintaining muscle mass. Okay. And it'll also help prevent cravings. It'll do all kinds of fantastic things. Okay. And when you do that, it will balance your blood sugar. And if you're confused about what whole foods are or what fat is, what a carb is, and what protein is, just say macro in the or PDF, maybe actually if just say PDF in the comments. I can send you a cheat sheet that will show, well, it's just basically a list and it'll give you, what's what. Okay. But eating like that will balance your blood sugar. So you need to choose the right foods so that you can lose the weight the right way. You need to choose foods that balance blood sugar, whole foods combined in the right way will keep your blood sugar stable, food that balances your hormones, your testosterone, your cortisol, insulin, and hormones that control your metabolism are balanced through food. And then you need to eat food that maintains your muscle mass. So men need to learn what foods to eat and when to eat them to maintain muscle mass. The second strategy that I teach my clients is to give their body a chance to reset and rebalance. So you have to start giving your body good nutrition, and then you actually have to be patient with your body. If you spend 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years making a mess of your body, feeding your body unhealthy things, drinking, whatever it has been you're doing, you need to give your body a chance to reset and rebalance. It does not happen overnight. I am not going to promise anyone fast results. It takes time. Okay. So my approach is not a quick fix. It is not a band-aid solution. When I work with you, it could take time. Some people I've worked with, it's taken a month. It's taken a month and a half for the scale to start moving down, for us to start seeing results, because we're not focusing on the scale. We're focusing on health first. Okay. You have to give your body a chance to reset and rebalance. So if you're starting an eating approach which is balanced, if you just start making little changes, keep those changes consistent over time. And please don't give up. If you're not seeing the number on the scale go down after a month, if you're not seeing the number on the scale go down even after 6 weeks, you still need to give your body a chance to reset and rebalance. Okay. And I know that can be frustrating, but it's a lot of trial and error, and you may have to make some changes and you may have to do things a little bit differently. But giving your body that chance to reset and rebalance is one of the most important things you can do. Okay. And the main reason why my clients lose weight and keep it off is really because they focus on the basics: what to eat, how to eat, and when to eat, to reverse insulin resistance. So if you're carrying a bunch of extra belly fat, you have insulin resistance. You might not have prediabetes yet. You might not have diabetes, but you do have insulin resistance. That is the root cause of why you have that weight. Okay. And that can take between 6 to 12 weeks to sort itself out. So, you know, Yeah, some people start losing weight quickly, but some people also have a slower trajectory and their weight takes longer because, we're trying to reverse this insulin resistance and it can take time. Okay, it can take time to make sure that you're getting the nutrition that you need, that we optimize nutrition for you in your life. So if you want long-lasting weight loss and optimal health, insulin resistance has to be dealt with. Okay, belly fat equals insulin resistance. And the third strategy I teach my clients is to balance blood sugar through a whole foods holistic approach. Blood sugar is really the key to losing weight. It's also the key to health. It's the key to um, not, I'm sorry, it's the key to rebalancing your body, but it's also the key to preventing chronic illness. Okay. So the key to lasting weight loss is balance blood sugar. The key to balancing your blood sugar is food. You cannot balance your blood sugar in any other way. You have to do it through food. And blood sugar is regulated by the foods that you choose to eat. There's no other way around it. You have to choose the right foods. You have to eat them in the right order to balance your blood sugar. And you do this by changing what, how, and when you eat food in a long term eating approach. Okay. Men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s need to eat to balance their blood sugar. You guys don't need to eat less. You don't need to exercise more. You need to learn how to eat to balance your blood sugar so that you can fix all of the underlying problems that are keeping your weight stuck. Okay. And this is how food affects your blood sugar. So if you're having bread, rice, cereal, pasta, sugar, soda, your blood sugar is going to spike like this green line. And if your blood sugar spikes up high like that, your body releases insulin. Okay. And if you're not using your muscles at that moment, that blood sugar is going to get stored as fat. And you look down here, protein like meat, cheese, eggs, and fat, avocados, butter, nuts, things like that, they don't spike your blood sugar. So if you remember the chart where I said, focus on the basics, focus on eating protein, focus on eating fiber, healthy carbs, and fat at every single meal. When you combine those things together, okay, when you combine those things together, your blood sugar will not spike as high as this green line. It will stay lower and your body will get into a fat burning mode. And that is what you want. So you need to learn how to eat to balance your blood sugar. So here are the biggest mistakes that you're making. Okay. You're restricting calories. You're not paying attention to what, when, and how you eat. You're trying the same strategies over and over again, expecting different results, and you're using strategies that don't put your health first. You need to find a strategy that puts your health first. I don't care if it's working with me. I don't care if it's working with the next person you watch a webinar from, but you need to find an approach that puts your health first. So when you're looking at stuff, ask yourself, does this put my health first? If you don't know if the approach you're about to use is putting your health first, shoot me a text in Messenger, shoot me a message, send me an email, say, I'm thinking about doing this diet. I'm thinking of signing up for this plan. This is the meal plan. I'll look it over for you. I don't mind. I'll tell you if it puts your health first or not. Okay, there are other programs out there that are going to put your health first, but there are a lot of them that will not. If you need help, please ask me. I've done it for lots of people. I can send you strategies and questions to ask yourself, questions to ask a practitioner that you might think about working with. I really just don't want you to keep making these mistakes because I know that doing this stuff over and over again is making you feel like you're never going to get the weight off, that you're completely stuck, and that, you're just going to have to suck it up and live with this extra weight for the rest of your life. And you don't. You don't have to live with the weight. You do not have to live with all the health problems either. You can improve your health. You can. Okay. But you just need to find a strategy that puts your health first. So if you need help figuring out what puts your health first, please send me a message. I'm not going to charge you. I'm happy to help you figure out whatever you're doing, if whatever you're doing is actually going to put your health first. Okay. So if you want to avoid the trial and error of trying different approaches and losing and gaining weight over and over, if you want to avoid trying to lose weight for months or years while you watch your belly get bigger and your energy get lower, if you want to avoid slow progress and inevitably throwing in the towel because it's just another diet that didn't work, contact me, please. Okay. Uh, I can't say it enough, honestly, that if you want to just talk to me about what you're about to try to do, even if it's not working with me, that I can help you figure out if what you're going to do is actually going to get you results or if it's going to set you back. Okay. Because this is a webinar. I'm going to talk a little bit about my program and how I work with people, but every single week in this group, I do a training session that gives you lots of good information that you can use to lose weight. And some people who have been in this group for the last year or last year and a half have taken that information, and every single thing that I've said, they have applied it to their life and they have been able to lose lots of weight, 60 pounds, 30 kilos, 20 kilos, 10 kilos. It's possible, but it's slower. Okay. The progress is going to be slower. There's trial and error. You don't have an expert helping you. And if you want an expert to help you navigate your weight loss journey, if you want to have someone who can help you make changes as necessary as you go along to keep you progressing towards your goal more quickly, if you want to put in the work to learn how to lose weight the right way, so you never have to count calories again and you never have to go on another diet for the rest of your life because you're just going to understand what your body needs. Like I always tell my clients, my goal is for you to be your own nutritionist, for you to be able to be your own nutritionist when you stop working with me. I want you to understand your body and understand what you need to the point where you can navigate anything that happens in your life. If you're going away, if you have a heavy meal, all of the strategies, all the things you can do to maintain your weight, to lose weight. I just got off a call today with a client who just ended up having surgery. He had surgery in his arm and his bicep and his rotator cuff. And he's been able to maintain his weight. He's been able to even lose weight. And, he went from being very active and eating a certain way and a certain amount of food to having the surgery and then sitting on the couch a lot. So he's learned how to be his own nutritionist. He knows how to adjust his nutrition and what he's eating. This is after 6 months of working with me, but he knows what his body needs. He does not need me anymore. He's never going to have to worry about his weight anymore. He knows what to do. Okay. So if you want to do that, like if you want to put in the work to learn how to lose weight the right way, that's what I'm here for. I will teach you everything you need to know so that you never need to go on another diet again. You never need to see another nutritionist again or book another appointment with me again. Maybe shoot me a text and tell me how you're doing, but you're not going to need me anymore. Okay. And if you want an eating approach that you can use for the rest of your life and not just another diet, then this program that I offer is amazing, and that's what it's going to give you. It's just like that client I spoke to today. He said, I'm going to be using the strategies that you've taught me over the last 6 months for the rest of my life. And that's what I want for all of you. That's what I want for everybody who's watching. Okay, so I'm going to ask you if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay, who wants to do this now? Okay, you can do it on your own. Like I said, all the information that I provide inside the group, all of the training sessions I do, you can take that information and you can use trial and error and that information and get what you want. Okay. So you might spend the rest of 2025. You could eat less, you could exercise more, you could hope for the best. You could try some of my strategies. Maybe they're not going to work right away because sometimes they don't. Sometimes we need to adjust and sometimes you need me telling you just to keep going, that things are going to get better. You can also spend your year trying the next fad diet and probably ending up right back where you started by the end of 2025, because I have a feeling that there are a few people watching this who probably told themselves at the beginning of 2024 that this was going to be the year that they lost weight and took control of their health. And right now they're still in the same spot they were a year ago. Okay. So the other choice you have really is to get this right by the end of 2025 by being coached and supported by someone who is an expert in weight loss for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, and who has gotten men like you results over and over again. Okay, so you can skip the trial and error, you can skip the wasted time, and that person is obviously me. I get my clients results. I am 100% confident that I can help you improve the trajectory of your health and help you start getting rid of the stubborn weight for good. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the program that I offer now. If you're not interested, it's a good time to jump off. If you are interested, I'm just going to go over it briefly. If you do want more information about it, you can just write program in the comments, whether you're watching live or at the replay. I can send you a half an hour a video that's dedicated specifically to the program. So the Belly Fat Fix is a 16-week online weight loss program that all men can understand. There's no dieting, there's no calorie counting, there's no restriction. It's not keto, it's not carnivore, it's none of those things. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's sustainable, and that's why people get success on it. Doesn't matter if you want to spend all day in the kitchen or you don't want to be in the kitchen at all. It doesn't matter if you can't even cook. I've had guys lose, I've got one client right now, he's lost like 50 pounds. And I mean, he doesn't cook. He doesn't want to cook really, and he doesn't cook. You can do this program no matter what your level of nutrition knowledge. You do not need to eat like a nutritionist. You can eat the food that you normally eat, with some tweaks. Obviously, you can still lose weight. Okay, so there's no calorie counting, there's no calorie restriction. Like I said before, if you've been just jumped on now, but I said at the beginning, most of the people I talk to and almost all of my clients need to eat more before they start losing weight. I think 99% of the time I am adding more food in. Okay. So there's no macro counting, there's no feeling hungry, there's no bland, tasteless food, there's no extreme workouts, there's no eliminating entire food groups. Okay. And really it's step-by-step guidance, and it's completely personalized, and there is so much support. If you need to message me every single day, and a lot of my clients do, they send me pictures of the food they're eating, and I pick it apart a little bit, or I'll tell you, you need to do this, you need to do that. If you just want to message me and say, hey, I fell off the wagon a little bit, I need some extra support, I need you to check in on me. It's all of that. There's weekly group coaching calls so that you can, be in a Zoom room with other guys who are going through the same thing that you are. You can check in with me one-on-one. You can message me. There's a private Facebook group. There's all of those things. Okay. So there's everything that you need. Definitely not for you if you want surface level solutions. I said it, previously in this masterclass. I don't do that. It's not a band-aid approach. You need to put in the work. It might take you a long time, and I'm here to support you through that. But if you want a quick fix and you're not interested in having optimal health and well-being, it's not for you. Okay. And if you're not committed to achieving real long-term weight loss, like say, if you're just going to say, well, I just want to lose 30 pounds because my daughter's getting married in 2 months, and you just want some crash diet, this is not a crash diet. This is an eating approach that I want you to take forward and use for the rest of your life. Okay. So you need to be open-minded to a new way of doing things. And if you're not, this isn't for you, because this is probably going to go against almost all the advice that you've gotten about dieting. Everybody's eating, everyone wants to eat less. And so I'm going to probably tell you to eat more. I'm going to probably tell you that some of the things that you're doing or that you thought were the right things to do when it comes to losing weight are completely wrong. Okay. And if you're not ready to invest in yourself, it's not for you, because it can be hard, right? Like you can go through periods of time where taking care of your health is hard. So you really need to be willing to invest in yourself. You need to be ready to make the change. And, I don't want to work with people who just want this quick fix. It's not what I do. It's not what I believe in. Okay. So if you really want to say goodbye to surface level diets, and you want to finally put in the effort, because I know, especially with you guys, like when you want something, you're going to do it. I talk to people all the time. You guys go on crazy diets. You cut out carbs and like go on keto for 5 months. Like I've heard crazy stories. It's not that you guys don't have willpower. You have willpower. You do something, like you decide you're going to do something and you do it. Okay. So I just want you to put that time into something that's actually going to work. Put that time into something that's actually going to get you results that are long term and that you can be proud of. Okay. Because I work with so many people who have lost like 60 pounds, 70 pounds, 80 pounds, and then they gain it all back. And I know that the emotional toll of that is horrendous. Okay. I know that I've heard people say, like, I'm just embarrassed. Like my friends are getting together. They saw me last year and I was 60 pounds lighter than I am now, and I'm just embarrassed to go out with them. I just can't. Okay. Because you don't want to hear the comments. And I get that. So if you're ready to stop doing all the things that don't work or the things that you think you should do and actually focus on a proven system that does work, then this program is a really good choice for you. Working with me can be a really good choice for you. And especially if you're coachable and you ask for support and accountability, because I'm probably going to tell you some things that you don't want to hear over the course of working with me. I'm going to tell you to stop doing things maybe that you've been doing all your life, like drinking 5 glasses of milk a day. And you need to be coachable, and you also need to communicate with me. So if you hate the sound of my voice, you don't want to work with me because, we're going to be on calls every week. And if you don't like the way that I do things or my personality, then no. So you need to be coachable, and you need to be able to ask me for support and accountability when you need it. And you need to want to really understand how to eat for your body and how to create a good relationship with food. Okay. So the next steps really, if you've watched it all the way to the end and you want to talk to me more, the next time or the next step is usually what I do is set up a time for us to go over your goals, what's hard for you, what you need help with. And then if you're interested, we can talk about the coaching programs that I have available. So my 60-week program and my one-on-one coaching ranges from $300 Canadian to 14.97 Canadian. So I really do have something solid for every price range and desire for support. If you need support every single day and you think that you need to have this, you need to have a lot of support and accountability, you need to have somebody to really help you fine tune things all the time, then the 16-week program is where you should definitely be looking. But if you think that you don't really need as much support and accountability, then I do have one-on-one coaching packages from $300 Canadian, which if you're American, it's like a gift to you guys, because right now a Canadian dollar is just absolutely horrendous. I think 300 Canadian is about $200 American. And then the 14.97 Canadian, like for the 16-week program, is somewhere around 1,000 US. So you're going to get a lot of my time in the program, especially. Okay. And yeah, there's something for everybody. If you feel like you need the support, if you feel like you want to talk to me, that would be the next step. Okay. Is we will just set up a time to go over those things, your goals, what's hard for you, what you need help with, and then the ways that I can help you. And if you decide you just want to stay in this free group, you want to watch the trainings and you want to get the free information, it's 100% fine. Don't feel like you shouldn't book this call if you really don't think you want to work with me. It's okay to book this call if you actually just need somebody to talk to about your weight, and you need someone to talk to about what you've been going through when it comes to your weight, because I can at least send you away with some clarity on why things aren't working, and give you some clarity on how to move forward. Oops. Okay. And yeah, that's it. I mean, there are lots of reviews. You can look at them on Facebook. You can look at them on Google. I have a 5-star review on Google. I love my clients and my clients love me. I really love working with men over 40. I think you guys are funny and fantastic, and nothing offends me. So that's probably why I get along with men over 40, because you guys can be a bit tough sometimes. But yeah, so after I'm done, I'll do a Q&A in case I don't really think there are too many people on live, but I will hang around and do a Q&A in case people have any questions. And then I will put all my contact information in a comment as well, and in a post, so that you guys can get in touch with me if you want to. But yeah, that's pretty much it.